like and share the video. Subscribe if you haven't. Topic because I'm doing research right now and I'm getting some answers to the questions I asked so long ago. But over time, it manifested the way we are now, what we be, what the world is now. So we're gonna stroll through and talk about a small period of that time when everything was changing over, when the settlers been settling in, mixed in. We think everything is cool. Next thing you know, there's wars because these people are getting so much. The settlers are growing so big, and they want more of the land of the Aboriginals. So let's get into it, yo. Walk and talk. Yo. What up, y'all? Another walk and talk day. I'm gonna vibe on some history. Get back into the history. What really happened? What's the true history? We got colonizers. We got Aboriginals and natives. And like and share the video. Subscribe if you haven't. That's all about. What's up, everybody? How all is doing? Hope all is well. And if not, hope they can get back on track sooner than later. So you can add to your thing, you know what I mean? Like and share the video. Subscribe if you haven't. Like and share the video. Subscribe if you haven't. We getting deep in this history discussion. Because for the longest time, you know what? I'm not gonna lie. All this time up to this point, I've just been thinking about history and wonder what really went on because it wasn't adding up. You ask the right questions and don't give up, but pursue the answer. You're gonna get it. Now I know so much history that passed. 500-600 years. You know what I'm saying? 500-600 years since the change. Well, that's life, right? That's progression. Like and share the video. Subscribe if you haven't. Like and share the video. Subscribe if you haven't. So, when they discover new land, they call it New World, disregarding the natives and the Aboriginals, disregarding the people that was already here. The black people of the Americas had all their languages. They had all the different tribes and now everybody speaks English. And so it's good to know. It's good to know what went on. Because at the end of the day, right? The natives were the natives. The Europeans were the Europeans. They came over, colonized. And after all what went on in Europe and all the different ages before they discovered the Americas. History is deep, right? But just like how the Europeans were at odds with each other and fighting in wars and all that, they're saying that the natives were at odds and were fighting with each other, but somehow I don't believe that. You know why? Because the Aboriginal people, right? When other human beings and other people started coming to the shores, if they ain't wore them off, they fight them off, they allow them to come in. So, generations of war, fighting, that brought that same bravado when more people started coming into the land. When they discover new land, they call it New World, disregarding the natives and the Abos, disregarding the people that was already here. I can imagine how the Abos lived, how the Aboriginal peoples existed. Look at the landscape. Look at the beautiful landscape, the vast majority of like so many different types of environment. You know what I'm saying? Huge. So I can imagine the natives lived in their ways and followed their traditions. You gotta look at the history. You gotta look at what went on, the past, to fully understand. The natives and Aboriginal peoples are still here, but the Aboriginal peoples are the first. You know what I'm saying? And they're the people that's here now, the trendsetters of the world. Creating, inventing. Look at all the inventions that the world recognized as the black man. For about 200 plus, 230, 250 years. Everybody, I'm talking everyone was living, developing, building, coming up, all here in this nation. But you know what it is though, at the same time? When these little towns and these groups are getting big and these groups are becoming towns, you know, small groupings, the settlers now were looking back to the English colony, to the English. They were looking at Europe for their help in maintaining their colony. Same for the French, and I can imagine in the South Americas, same for the Spanish. They were looking back at the European nations as what? You know, part of that nation. They were just extending it to the new world. So they had the backing of the kings. They had the backing of the powers from Europe. So when those colonies want to take over the Aboriginal lands, before treaties and all of that shit, they will go back to Europe, talk to the kings, ask for their permission to extend the king's land into the Indian territory, the black people territory, the Aboriginal territories. You know what I'm saying? And the king would say, okay, we're going to send an army to back you. Go right ahead. And if the natives and the Aboriginal people would stand up for their shit, they would fight back. The settlers would fight harder, and they ain't gonna teach you that way, but that's what it was. The natives and the Aboriginal people got snuck, basically, you know what I'm saying? Got the land taken from them. But you heard about French and Indian wars. You heard about all the wars because the Aboriginal peoples are fighting for their land. You know, all the founding fathers were rich people. Right? Because those colonies that became states, they were all under the rule of England, backing from them. So each governor of the states can go ask for whatever they need for the colony because it belongs to, you know what I'm saying? And that's how it was for a while. But all them forefathers were rich. Was it Jefferson that had 600 slaves or Washington? They were rich people. When they decided to form the Union and become one country and then expand. But that's so deep in history. But that's the 270 years of history. But now we gotta look at 300-400 years before that. Or coming over and settling in the years when they were in Europe prior to them leaving Europe You know what I'm saying? But prior to them leaving Europe, the Africans and the Asians was already on the move and already came over and setting up shop and become the natives. But the Abos is always going to be the Aboriginals. And that's who they want to write out of American history. And that's why you always hear about Native Americans. But what about the Aboriginals? They're still here. They're still repping. You know? And my guess is that the Abos just, you know, assumed whatever was going on and jumped in so they can survive. And the way the life was, they, you know what I mean, assumed that. And they just merged in to the leader society. And that's how come the Abos survived this long. I can imagine. I'm just saying. I'm a critical thinker. I can share the video. Subscribe if you haven't. I can share the video. Subscribe if you haven't. Because yo, the Aboriginals are the trendsetters of today. Say am I lying? The black people are the trendsetters of the world, right? Am I not lying? Doesn't hip hop run the world right now? Even though the drill and all of that is for the young people and the young minds. But remember, we're in a matrix mind game. And it's about distraction and distracting you from everything that matters. I'm holding the vibe on history because first of all, we have to know what went down. And second of all, I want to know what went the hell on why the way the world is. And thirdly, I just want to hold the vibe. So why not just hold the vibe, and for my research, I can bring it out here and put it in a way that I understand it, and you should understand me. I speak English. You know what I'm saying? But man, just think about it, yo. Those settlers got so big that they spread it and started assuming positions and laws and shit. But remember, I know the Abos and natives, they had their laws already. They had their way of life already. They spoke different languages. But we're gonna get into all of that though, because now everybody speaks English. Now, man, history sure ain't no mystery. What sure is, and it ain't. So we just gotta decipher and put the puzzle pieces in place, you know what I mean, for that understanding. But that's the mission at hand, y'all. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna keep this talk short today. I gotta get back into some more research. But I hope y'all seen the picture that I'm trying to paint. That before the States and before a United States were, people's groupings, everybody from around the world was already here, mixed in. And the Aboriginals were here. Yeah, they were mixing, but they were still Aboriginals by themselves, you know what I mean? We're gonna get some more into that though. Remember, the money and all of that came later on. We had our own way of life, of living. Now, man, I'm gonna start. So on that note, I'm gonna catch you on the next vibration, and I'll catch you on next week. Walk and Talk 2024. CLP. Yeah, I can share the video. Subscribe if you haven't. I can share the video. Subscribe if you haven't.